How you guys doing? Eric here. Today is Friday, August 22nd, 2019, and pretty nice day up here in Gilpin County, Colorado. As summer's winding down. But anyways, yeah, I was inspired to do a little video today because my most popular video, of course, which is Denver's disappearing homeless, and so I'm going through reading all the comments in that video, and so that's kind of like what inspired me to make this video today. 90% of the comments on that video are, you know, really agreeing with what I had to say, you know, and adding to it, you know, and even elaborating on what I said in that video, and you know, adding to it, and some of them really disturbing shit, talking about what's actually happening to these people, man. You know, some of these, there was one comment I read to this guy, or maybe it was a woman, I'm not sure, but saying how if they take a homeless person into jail, the first thing they do is they put them in a psychological evaluation, I guess, or whatever they call it, mental health evaluation. And then he was saying, then they take them to like for some reason they'll take them to a mental hospital, and they shoot them up with something. And he was saying that if it'll fucking give them a cardiac arrest and make them stop breathing. And yeah, and then they say if they survive that, then they'll end up in a freaking psych ward. You know, so yeah, that was one of the more disturbing comments. And there was quite a few of them like that kind of describes what people who might know something about it, saying what's happening to these homeless people that I talk about disappearing. You know, because basically, you know, our whole society is so hateful of the homeless, so demonized. The media demonizes them so much. All they do is talk about all the problems that the homeless create. You know, just the problems of the homeless. That's all they ever talk about. Demonize, demonize, demonize. And then, so that most of the people fucking hate them. There's quite a few comments that were attacking me personally, saying, you know, that I'm a fucking horrible person and all I can do is cuss, I have a foul mouth, and I'm hateful because, you know, I don't know. But yeah, some people said that I was hateful. People said that I had a foul mouth. Just attacking me. The fact that the homeless number is shrinking should raise some flags, because the number should be growing. We should be seeing more and more homeless on the streets, but we're seeing less. So that's kind of in this, you know, in this economy that we're living in, I think more and more people are being forced into homelessness. So yeah, like that's the goal of the economic warfare, man. It's pricing everybody out of this economy, stealing our jobs, demonizing the homeless, people that are, and then there is mental illness. Like Trump says, there's a lot of mental illness in this country. There's a lot of sick people, folks. A lot of sick Americans out there. You know, talking in the context of taking away people's guns from red flag laws and shit. But yeah, there is a percentage of the homeless that are mentally ill, but what they consider mentally ill, you know, is it's so hard to live in this world, man. It's so hard to survive, to keep a job, to fucking keep a roof over your head, to pay all your bills, and especially when it keeps rising and people's wages are stagnated and they can't afford to fucking, you know, and they just don't have the mental capacity to cope, man. I can barely do it myself, you know. It's fucking really hard to do, and it's easy to lose your mind and fucking break down, and it doesn't take long to drop out of, and just once you go down, once you become homeless, it's like nowadays it's almost fucking impossible to get back out of it. It's just become more and more and more difficult. Yeah, it's kind of frightening, man. A lot of the comments that were gotten were talking about what people are thinking are happening to these poor homeless people, and yeah, everything from organ harvesting to freaking, I've even heard talks about fucking Soylent Green type shit, man, where they're killing these people off and turning them into fucking food. So yeah, I've heard all kinds of crazy, you know, and I can't prove or disprove any of it, man, but you know, nothing these days fucking surprises me anymore. Yeah, the bottom line is why, you know, why do they do this? Why do they want to create all these homeless people? Is because nobody gives a fuck about the homeless people, man. They can make them disappear. No one's gonna fucking miss them. No one's gonna notice. You know, they're already shunned by their families. You know, and I think that's a big. You know, I say it a lot, but one of the big things is if you're in jail and nobody gives a fuck, no one bails you out, and nobody comes to visit you, then I think you're in trouble. You know, it's as if homelessness is really a fucking crime, even though they're passing more and more laws against it. And you know, I think, you know, do we really need a fucking home to live in this world? You know, I think they try to make us believe that we evolved from, you know, hunter-gatherers, nomadic people that lived without a fucking house, you know. And I think the way we live now is totally unnatural. To live in a house as a slave and pay all these fucking bills, you know, and you gotta sweat every month to pay your fucking, it's just not natural, man. I think to be a homeless person is more of a natural lifestyle. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.